Back again, peace, love, and light from the celestials to the earth and our soul's delight. We have another word for all it is worth. It's time to take flight. So this day, this is now for the 24th. The 24th, which holds a code of 5 by the number 23. So this is a code of 5, and this message is simply saying express change. It was a very simple message. As I sat in that day with the sun, it was just hearing change. It's like I could hear Michael Jackson in the background right now. It's time to make a change. Woo! And yes, a lot of us have been feeling changes. We've been getting hints of making changes, but this day, there's something about this day that hit. And as I got up, the message that I heard, and this is a very simple message, but this is just as I heard it. As I wake up today, all I could say is it's time for a change. So let's rearrange. There's no time to stay. I know we would think it would be no time to play, but I was hearing it clearly. There's no time to stay because there is a change. It's no more time to stay where it is that we have been staying in out of comfort or for whatever reason. It is time to express change. It's one thing to know change. It is another thing to be of an expression of change. And that is the fifth dimension. That is 5D, the expression of creation in time to be. So we are here to express change. And this day is really saying that right before the day out of time as we prepare for the galactic new year, that this is an expression of change. And so major aspects of what I see that was happening that further backs up this change is Saturn squares Mercury and the moon opposing Uranus. And so Saturn squaring Mercury is Saturn in Aries and Mercury in Cancer. So as Mercury has now come out of his retrograde, right? Its last day of retrograde was the day before. So now on this day, of course, it's going direct, and now it squares up with Saturn, which is like saying, what do you see now with your clarity, with clarity in your information, in your messages through Mercury. Now Saturn squaring up with Saturn is saying, now what you gonna do about it? Accountability, responsibility. What are you able to account for? What are you able to be responsible for? What are you gonna do about it? How are you going to express change with these messages that you have now gotten so clear through retrospect, right? And then the moon opposing Uranus is Uranus being in Gemini, still radical changes of information, and the moon in the inner world is now in Sagittarius, and that is also bringing the balance through that opposition in our inner world of how we are to explore what is the wisdom in this and how we are to explore the messages that are coming through with the radical changes. Are you prepared for what it is to change in your inner world? Are you prepared to explore what these inner changes, these inner radical changes in messages and communication are now highlighting? Is it getting you uncomfortable? Is it time to make a change? So all these two aspects are clearly supporting this message of 5, change. So with that said, of course, there's a little mini update, and I'll share that with you, that on the date code of 5, there is a cosmic gravitational pull to express change, with the 5th dimension being an expression of energy as time within creation, and the number 5 being a physical spiritual balance as change, along with the planetary aspects aligned that we aforementioned. There is a divine calling to be an expression of change in the forward movement. The throat chakra is being activated to express the truth resonance as the energetic body, the heart, currents through the atmospheric body, the throat. So that was just kind of highlighted in the last minute of it. I didn't expect to hear about the chakras, but as it was coming out, it was reminding, it wanted us to know the throat chakra, because that is the fifth, as we are talking about five, and we're talking about the fifth dimension as an expression in time, the throat being the fifth chakra coming up from the root, and it is the fifth element of spirit. It is the first chakra of the spiritual chakras. It is the atmospheric body. So again, this call, this gravitational pull to express change. And where do we express? In our throat, not just by speaking. What you do is about your expression, how you are being in alignment with integrity, in alignment with the truth of your being. When you're around others who are in their inauthenticity, and you are called to authenticate the vibratory field, it is time to be an expression of change in our soul's domains, in our galactic domains, in our spiritual domains. It is time for us to proclaim and break all the spells that have been casted upon our names. Express the change. I call for now, I call and decree for a breaking off of all of the throat chakras for the true collective, because many see and know what is to be done, but there has been a binding. So I call now to break all cords, to break all bindings across the board for those true ones in the true timeline to be an expression of change, that be not held back by those who have put spells on their names. Because it is time for us to step up and raise the light colonies in these higher frequencies, and to walk high as soul sovereignty in our spiritual domains. Hold your reins, because you hold the reign. You wear the crown, decreed by your light codes and everything that you have put down and been all around. So I call forth this rising. I call forth this breaking, that which they tried to bind collectively, ritualistically, that demonic database that wants to hold down the expressions, that wants to keep certain body parts and organs, and they know who I'm speaking to right now and speaking through. You cannot hold the throats of those who are here to be the truth and express the truth. You cannot hold it. And I break whatever hold you think you have, because it is time for us to express the changes that are necessary, that they are afraid of, but we are not. And we rise in many more numbers than they think. It is a few, but it is many that is outside of their view. So express what you need to change, because right now there is no more further ado. Ashe, ashe, from me to you.